Wow, looks like I gotta raise this up.
2 weeks into a month-long road trip cross-country in summer 2007, two friends and I were hightailing it out of San Antonio, Texas, because we felt like we were getting the stink eye from a pack of barrel-chested, flannel shirt-wearing yokels. And in good road trip fashion, we were immediately lost trying to find the highway, and we found ourselves in small Helotes, Texas, which inexplicably, one of my friends in the back seat, we'll call him Michael, recognized because a fishing buddy of his happened to have grown up there, which always happens in road trips. And similarly, we were flummoxed to hear that, and he said, of all the things that this fishing buddy told me about beautiful Helotes, Texas, I remember one thing, and that is that there is a shitty roadside strip club on the outskirts of Helotes, Texas, which I'm sure the tourism board of Helotes, Texas would appreciate to hear. And we said, we will go there for sure, but of course we won't be able to find it. We began lamenting it until we, of course, ran right into it. How did we know we had found it? Because of the badly maintained but brightly lit sign that read, "The Boom Boom Cabaret." After purchasing from an adjacent beer distributor warm canned Mexican beer, because it was, of course, a bring-your-own strip club, we went inside the Boom Boom Cabaret, which, as many of you may know, was a velvety, pinkish lighted affair. And we did what you would expect out of a pack of 20-somethings in a small Texas town strip club. We immediately began egging each other on to get lap dances. And that is how I found myself in the surprisingly public, private back room of the Boom Boom Cabaret, which consisted of a long, cushiony bench with mirrors and a half dozen of grunting men with sweaty women writhing on top of them. Myself including, I suppose. And my two friends and I, my friend Michael on one side, writhing, you like that? My friend Connor, we'll call him adjacent to me, were experiencing what was all of Helotes, Texas could offer. And my new friend, her name was Jasmine, and she was dutifully going to the local community college. And I know that for two reasons that are integral to understanding this story. First, I ask a lot of questions. Two, I am hypersensitive to value. Which is why, as we walk this very public, private back room, my friend Connor was not surprised to find me dismayed that he paid $10 less for the lap dance we had just received. He was surprised, though, to see me end our conversation, spot Jasmine over by the door walking to the break room, and walk to confront her. For those of you who are less experienced with strip club etiquette, it is not, let's say, appropriate to confront strippers, which perhaps I, at that stage, and despite what you may think about me, I have not been to many strip clubs, maybe I didn't understand that. I thought it was a simple negotiating tactic. She first quickly explained to me that, hey, you should have paid more because your friend's lap dance was performed by someone who's clearly a drug addict, which was not a judgment. Instead, she referred to her eyes, her ribs, and the fact that she did truly offer him a blowjob for $20 more in a public back room. Let's leave that aside. After she explained that to me, it was right around when I felt the bouncer's arms around my small 23-year-old or so frame, began dragging me to the front door, fortunately right by the manager's office, who walked out and said, "What's going on?" The bouncer explained and said, "Get him out." And fortunately, Jasmine, who I had bonded so dearly with, said, what is it that you even want? Having already explained that I certainly wasn't getting any money back. And I wouldn't have had an answer if the bouncer hadn't pulled me just at that moment, and my eyes caught a display over that manager's office, and I declared with great certainty, "I want a t-shirt." Which was the last thing I said before I was thrown out of the Boom Boom Cabaret, my two friends and warm Mexican beer following us. And later on, as we drove off, of course, we were giggling about this, and we actually got pulled over by a state trooper, and my friend who was driving, Michael, was given a ticket that literally said 0 over the speed limit, and we realized we were all given a present that day from Lotus, Texas. He had been given a bizarre speeding ticket for not going over the speed limit. Matthew, my friend Connor, I should say, was given the first public solicitation for sex he'd ever had, and I was given a t-shirt.
All right.